The mention of the part is full-day school for elementary students. We believe that what is the meaning by full-day school for elementary students is a school program with the strategy of shortening the time of set school with strategy learning get extra hours to education. We listen to the process of education and learning in primary school. Full-day school have many disciplines. We are the government strongly believe that is true. Full-day school is a system of KPM or teaching and learning activities which was launched by the Ministry of Education and Culture of the Republic of Indonesia in 2017. From the literal translate, a full-day school means one full day of school. The definition is still often misunderstood by the general public, even though borrow the name full day. The teaching and learning activities non-stop from morning to night. In the relate to Permendikbud number 23 of 2017, it is explained that full-day school means that school day must last 8 hours per day from Monday to Friday starting at the waktu Indonesia Barat, with a break every 2 hours. The duration of KBM is also in according with the curriculum 2013. However, according to Ari Santoso, head of the Ministry of Education and Cultural Communication and Community Service Bureau, or PKLM, the day-to-day system school is not implemented evenly in all schools. The government free a school to start its one implementation of the KPM program. A school can also implement the school day course in stage, not necessarily directly. Don't forget to also adjust to the capability, facilities, and human resource in each school. Previously, there have been several countries that implement full-day school. In fact, the impact is promoted by development countries. They are Singapore, South Korea, China, Japan, Thailand, England, United States, France, Spain, and Germany.
POI. FDS program was adopted from Japan, China, England, as we know that they are industrialized nations, which the facilities and other supporting system of education are already adequate. But is it feasible to be applied in Indonesia, which include of developing countries?
As Indonesia did, using full-day school is not effective. It's used this country due to the threat of facilities to various genres, the mismatch of the application of learning pattern and use of unstable methods. And the next, the full-day school system was created to improve the quality education by supporting the teaching and learning process more thoroughly, through every aspect of student academic development. The government hopes that all-day-long system activities like this can provide a fun, interactive, and practical way of learning. School is not only a place to face-to-face with sitting studying. So, in addition to teaching and learning activities in class, students will also get time extracurricular activities that can support their emotional, psychological, and social skills. For example, extracurricular recitation if in an Islamic school, scouting, Red Cross, or other type of extracurricular activities related to interest in art and sport. The government often recommend teaching and learning activities to be affiliated to other fun activities related to education. For example, such as a field trip to museum to learning about national culture, attend cultural art performance to watch or by involvement in the sport competition. In addition, a full-day school system was launched to provide a neutralization the possibility of students involved non-academic activities that clearly led to negative things.
Okay, full day school not only reaps positive or pro reaction but also negative reaction because the idea of full day school is because the idea of full day school is felt to have come very suddenly and without any connection with the case or the result of any studies. Me, as the opposing team, strongly believe it. With this controversial news, the same day when a discourse about full day school was sparked on August 8, 2060, Dedi Mahrianto Krisnaputro, as a parent of students, immediately made a petition with the title Refuse to Education Full Day School or a Full Day School in Indonesian at www.chang.org. This petition the following day was signed by 45,842 supporters. In addition to the petition made by Dedi, also on August 8, 2060, a long paper was also written by Dendi Dwilaksono and on his Facebook account with the title Full Day School. In this long article, Dendi explained about the extension of a government with a full-day school place forgetting the essence of education as a means of forging a new generation of preparing for life in its social and environmental context. The long posts in the form of Facebook status have been commented on by 1,100 people and distributed by 4,723 people. The problem of full-day school so that there is a cultural practice related to education policy, which is expressed from the interaction and response given by the community, policymaker, parent of student, educator, and observer of education. Exciting problems related to full-day school occur for the following reason. Minister of Education and Culture, Muhajir Effendi, wants to change the portion of education at the elementary school level to 70% character education and 30% knowledge education. Instead of reducing the portion of learning science or making effort for parents to play an active role in helping improve children's character education, Muhajir Effendi came up with any idea that ultimately give up all responsibility for knowledge education and character education to school. A good school is one where students are able to be educated in the terms of knowledge and character. So it takes a longer time in school. The strengthening stretch. According to Muhajir Effendi, the idea of full-day school has been successfully adopted in many countries, with Finland being one of them. About the fact that Finland is known for its short school day, just 5 until 6 hours a day are available. Finland's school hours are currently similar to those of Indonesian famous half-day school schedule. Japan, which is also popular in the area of education and is now for its full-day school system, also only offers students 5 until 6 hours of class time. Another explanation Muhajir Effendi mentioned for trying to implement a full-day school place is that children or students who will their parents are already at work are less likely to be supervised. After a full-day school, the student will come home at the same time as his or her parents. In education, children are more likely to do good things. It's clear from this that Muhajir Effendi carried out a rationalization that embodied the ideal parents portrait. The ideal parent portraits are those who work a full day from morning to evening and have holidays on Saturday and Sundays. This kind of parental description is those who work in an office in a private or public company. In this case, full-day school ignore parents who work shift so as to allow night-time work hours, or employers whose working hours are more flexible. Even parents in the area who work as farmers, fishermen, and so on, which do not refer to the working hours of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Capitalist ideology can also be seen from Muhajir Effendi reference in formatting a full-day school system, namely elite private school. If applied to all schools, both public and private, the cost of education is of course even higher. It also ignores the fact that after school, children will be required to assist their parents with work or completely homework. According to Dendi Dwilaksono Facebook message, this software will abstract cultural transmission in many ways. Degen Utari and Akbar 2020 and 60 agree that each region that has local wisdom value that are exclusive to that area. Class as a learning environment has different features when it has pupils and is a like indicator of difference in classroom which is also special. The challenge of adapted to students while studying in the classroom, particularly at the last hour, is negative effect of the full-day school system on the student learning. Students are always sleepy and exhausted, and their concentration suffers as a result. That is because a teacher's job is crucial in coping with classroom environment so that learning can continue to be enjoyable. And above this argument is supporting the contra of the opposing time.
Is not the full-day school fee still the same as usual school hours?
No, because the Minister of Education and Culture does not tamper with the curriculum-related designs, because the market needs students who know many things and are ready to work to meet the needs of the capital market. Then a full-day school will only benefit those with larger capital. Those who are barely able to send their children to school will be increasingly burdened with the obligation to send their children to school all day, which of course adds to the burden of many, and of course other school fees that were not previously incurred when the school system was still half a day. Private school that have implemented full private school, even that the cost of a full day school will be higher than that of full half day school, which is common in Indonesia. Only the elite can afford it.
Okay, so according to Indra Masruhi Juhadi in the Journal of Educational Social Studies in 2008, full-day school essentially wants to provide a comprehensive educational process, not just pursuing academic achievement, but also having high soft skills and having good character attitude. The application of full-day school is basically not just to increase learning time or to add subject matter, but students are conditioned to have good life habits, improve spiritual aspects, enhance a sense of nationalism towards the nation and state, and foster students to become human beings of character. Full-day school can have a positive impact. Students become familiar to daily activities that are appropriate that applied at school. For example, going to school early so as not to be late for school, marching at flag ceremony or morning apples and praying together in time. Students can also behave according to the norms taught by the school. Behavior that appropriate the norms is to behave in accordance with the characters that have been taught every day at school, such as,
Yeah,
yes,
but In our opinion, that is not entirely true. The fact is, we can see for ourselves that not all students have the behavior described by the government, also according to Igedewija 20 and 30 in his journal, Education as a Cultural Ideology, Observing Educational Problems, Stroke and Approach Cultural Study, explained that critical education, not just a matter of classroom learning methodology, but it should go beyond school life. That means education or the creation of student behavior is not only carried out with school but also outside school or within the social community, so that student can see the side of life with their peers without having to see whether they are in the same school or different school, which means they can blend in with each other outside in school environment.
Okay. So you stated that not all students have the behavior that I've described before. Yes, some students didn't have those good behavior, but in full day there will be a character education. It's because students in full day school are conditioned so that they can develop good character and good behavior through the character education. They will learn about discipline, politeness toward others, and more. And for the socialization, I think the students of full day school, they can still interact with their community when they have their holiday. Like they have a more longer holiday than the school that don't have a full day. I mean, they don't have a full day school program. I think that's. I'll continue my behavior in accordance with the characters that have been taught every day, such as discipline in doing each task given, responsible for what he does, behave politely toward teachers and peers, and independent in doing every task given by the teacher. Students will not have lacking in socialization because they can still interact with other children, with their teacher, and with their school staffs. Another finding from Prasetya, Nityase, and Budiarta in 2020, the strengths of full day school are full day school can develop the creativity of the students in terms of affective, cognitive, and psychomotor, and the creativity of teachers in terms of teaching. Besides that, in the implementation of a full day school program, teachers did not give their student homework because all the exercises from the teacher will be explained and discussed in the class. As we all know that sometimes getting too much homework can cause stress and unhealthy lifestyle. By having full day school, students do not have to do school stuff again, such as homework, and can enjoy their time at home by taking a rest after school. According to Mbak Nazila's argument about the Minister of Education and Culture that wants to reducing the portion of learning science and give up the responsibility for knowledge education and character education to school, I think it's a good choice because not all children get the character education at home. Their parents might be busy doing works and didn't have time to teach their children about the character education. So the school can take that role to teach the students as a replacement of the parents. So because of these advantages of full day school, me as I as the government agree in full day school for elementary school. Thank you.
Okay, ladies, FDS begins at 7 o'clock and finish at 4 o'clock in 5 days in a week. It means that the students spend their whole time at school under their teacher's supervisor. But how the Indonesian education quality can be improved when the students get longer time to study at school, it is not guaranteed that it can be increasing the academic achievement. While the factors that can affecting the academic achievement are school environmental, teachers' quality, and the important one is the ability of the students itself in accepting the lesson. Also, as an addition, in fact, there are a lot of schools in Indonesia that cannot be able to adapt this full-day school programs. It is because not all schools have cycle building and its supporting facilities. And the important one also, the adequate teachers' quality, such as in isolated areas. Therefore, it is better for the government to flatten education in all areas and increasing the teachers' quality in teaching than change this education system from the half school to the full-day school program. And also, how can the quality in education of Indonesia can be improved when the student get the longer time for school and the student get like a focus in lesson in the end of the scheduled time. The negative impact of application of full-day school system in student learning is the difficulty of adjusting student when the study in class is especially at the last hours. Students are usually sleepy and tired easily, resulting in decreased emphasis. Muhammad Sen is the chief.
Yeah,
Yes.
about your argument that FDS affecting student health because they have limited time to take a rest or take a nap, I must say that I disagree with you. Usually in school that run full day school program, they will add additional rest time, like when in a normal program, school give 2 sessions of rest time, and in a full day school program, they usually will add one more session of rest time. This means that beside the longer hour of school, the rest time is also become longer. And in the holiday, they have 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, to have their own time. Extra days of the extra days off allows them for some extra time to recharge. Thank you.
Sorry, the signal. Okay, yes, it can be denied, but it also can guarantee that those 2 sessions of the rest hours are used by the student to take a rest, especially take a nap. Is they usually prefer to play with the other friends or do the other activity, whereas take a nap is an important thing for the student in elementary school. Sufficient sleep can enhance student learning ability, especially for the children in elementary school. According to National Sleep Foundation, with this, the statement that children in elementary school age need 9 to 11 hours to sleep in a day, which means that they need additional time to sleep in the afternoon for about 2 to 3 hours. That means the FDS program mostly still the time to take rest for the children. Also, according to Muhammad Zain, the chief of PGSI of Central Java, stated that based on the result of 5-day school system application test in Central Java, full-day school program isn't effective. He said that the result of the 5-day school evaluation on Central Java found that 18% of the teaching learning activities were ineffective, and the lesson materials given to the student after 1 p.m. could not be absorbed to the maximum. And also, when Mr. Muhajir Effendi be a Minister of Education and Culture of Indonesia, he said that full-day school program giving additional time to study at school is better than letting them to be alone at home, since their parents are busy at work. But in fact, there are many parents who don't approve this kind of school program. They claim that they don't know about the extent of children's knowledge or ability because the whole time of them spent at school. As an addition, parents are likely have no role in educating their children. It seems like parents are free to leave their children in all day. And also, students will lack of social interaction with people outside the class. It is because they spend their time at school just with their teacher and their classmates. They don't have enough time to play with their friends and their family at home, and also their neighborhood. Stated in Uli Rahmi research in Sawo Jajar, 40% of children in the age of 7 to 11 are spend their time to interacting with their peers in other set. This research claims that lack of interaction with the outside area can affect the children psychologically. They will lack of confidence and can control their emotions. Based on that statement and those arguments, we as the opposing team strongly believe that full-day school program isn't appropriate to be applied in elementary school of Indonesia. Thank you.